All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. The excitement level around here at a fever pitch as we're underway in the 2020 NFC Championship game. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
On 2nd down, it's Drake, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On first down, Drake. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Here we go, 46.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Wentz now on first down. Now he's forced out left. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Go, get out there. 26.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a gain there of 11 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
Here go 46.
2nd down, Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Here go 47. Here you go. Here go 46. 26.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught inside the 20. And give them a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kenyon Drake from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Wentz to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Fighting through pressure. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Throwing on first is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. Shotgun now for Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Completes it to Aguilar. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 35 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Extra point through the Snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Prescott looks to throw on first. Forced out to his left. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 5 here to start things out. Off the play fake, Prescott. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kenyon Drake, 89 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
To return it is Corey Grant. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Great.
Wentz to throw on second down. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ajayi there out of the backfield. And it's third down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's fourth.
Come on.
Here we go on fourth down with Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I was going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't fourth and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Wentz. And he rifles one incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And this is good for a first down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So
and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Ajayi, 22 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Cowboys. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Prescott to throw it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Timmy Jernigan busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down Graham in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Prescott being chased out left. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on third down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right at the 35. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This is Ajayi. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Wentz going to throw, eluding the pressure right. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Wentz. His throw caught right around the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Now that's a 3rd down play. A little razzle-dazzle nearly gets them into the end zone, although they do come up a bit short. Now what do you do on 4th down?
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Dallas Goedert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, A.J. Boye with a pick. Johnson was the intended receiver. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. Sheds off the tackle. A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
It's caught by Aguilar. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Wentz now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Dance, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. A final shot before half for Wentz. Buying time to his left. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the 2nd half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Turks over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Great.
And they'll run it here. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Wentz. Steps away, under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Randy Gregory able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To throw is Wentz. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now Wentz, flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
So typically you'd say nice job defensively to force a decision on 4th down. But they've already gone for it once and converted, so you better make sure your defense stays out on the field and is alert.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the 2nd?
Most of the time in the 1st half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the 2nd half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for the Cowboys. 46 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Fletcher Cox busting through to get him for a loss of 6. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Prescott from the gun. He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the foot. All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left is my good friend Charles Davis, and what a thrill to be here for the biggest one of them all, the Super Bowl. And it seems to get bigger every year. The lights get brighter. The cameras more numerous. I don't know. There's just so much that goes into this game. It's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is an honor, and I can't wait to share this game with you. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. You're my partner, my best friend. I can't imagine being anywhere else but right here with you. And just think about it this way. You mentioned the magnitude. This is no longer just a game for America or even North America. This is worldwide. People watching from just about every country in the world. This is impressive.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and just about ready to roll. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. And he finds a man with a crossing route. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 82 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Wentz now on 1st down. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards there and a first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got a cheap.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Kendall Reyes. in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Working from the gun, Wentz. Flushed out right, and it's a fumble. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Left side, caught by Matthews. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Escaping the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. One receiver left is Hilton. Jackson will throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Tyler Higbee, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are in for 6. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, They don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Forced out to his left. He gets it to Matthews, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
81.
Wentz going to throw. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Ajayi. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 17-14. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Able to slither by. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter 2, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about, hey, what if things get a little rocky early? They all said the exact same thing. We're prepared, so we're confident things will work out. And so far, they've started to do so.
Those 3 words we hear a lot, stay the course. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
56.
Now Jackson on second down. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Jackson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Green 39.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this one is incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Taking it about the 16. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. There's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there, and he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a third down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field. 17
more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Come on now, let's go.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. On second down, here's Wentz. Being chased out left. And he's taken down inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Let's go.
Can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for first and goal. Shotgun now for Wentz. Got him in. Open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz from 6 yards away. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation...
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Ravens have got it. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Jackson now. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he completes it to Cohen. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. This is Cohen on the toss. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And he stopped immediately there. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Derek Barnett with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that's going to tie the ball game at 27 all. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Kendall Reyes in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
81.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st down. Now going. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good, and they have regained the lead.
So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Ajayi. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Kendall Reyes in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the 1st time tonight. This is taken at the 15. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, Jackson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Eagles on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Wentz. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the kick by Elliott is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Room to run past midfield. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
They go play action now. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the toss, Cohen. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Gone, gone. All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, look at 56. Lucky.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone because there's not enough reaction time off of the tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. To throw is Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now Wentz again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Buying time to his left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
On third down, that's Cohen, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over first and 10. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock, so Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Ertz has it left side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
81.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. That is likely the final play of this game, and no better feeling, I would imagine, than taking a knee to wrap up the Super Bowl.
Culminates everything. The championship is theirs. And just think, the last play they had in practice before this game began was doing this, practicing taking a knee and winning a Super Bowl.
And they get to do just that. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. Here's Sam Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And it's all over. Just one is left standing. You look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is.